Champions Trophy pై India captain Virat Kohli మాట్లాడుతున్నారు లైవ్ ద్వారా చూద్దాం.
The way the fast bowlers bowled and the way we fielded, I think we were the best fielding side in the tournament back then. So these three things we identified back then as well. So we would like to stick to the same strengths, and we believe that these are the three factors which really determine how you play in conditions such as England, and how far you can go in a tournament like Champions Trophy. So I felt these three were our strongest factors in the last championship.
Thank you, sir. Sir. Does the thing what happened in 2014 with your batting form? Do you view this tournament as something of a redemption kind of tournament for you?
Not really. I mean, for me, it's I feel that you improve as a cricketer every series that you play. Sometimes not in our own heads, but the atmosphere around us is built in a way that becomes like a life or death kind of series, and especially for subcontinent cricketers, which I don't understand why. If players don't do well in India and they go back, there's no real hype around it. But if we don't do well away from India, it's like a knife hanging on your neck. So I don't believe in those things. I would never play for redemption. My only motivation is to keep winning games for my country, and it doesn't matter the conditions I'm playing at. It might be, in subcontinent, it might be England, Australia, South Africa. The aim always is to win games, and I'm willing to do whatever I can in my abilities to be able to achieve that for the team. So people might look at it as, redemption opportunity or stuff like that, but in my head, I don't think of those things at all. For me, it's a game of cricket played anywhere in the world.
Thank you, sir.
Virat, this is Dinesh.
Sir, last time IPL happened, and you didn't do it. You talked about how frustrated you got on field this time, but you learned from the station. You're not trying to feel the team. This time, this IPL all have such a high on the form series. Is there any learning to you or one of those things that you just sort of forget it? Personally, as a captain, what do you any kuch hai kya?
Yeah, I mean, after the kind of season we've had, when you have a tournament like that, it teaches you it teaches you about yourself as a person at a few levels. So I think from the mindset point of view, it made me realize that you can't possibly do everything in every game, and sometimes people might start looking at you like that, but as a human being, you need to understand your limitations as well sometimes, and you need to take a backward step. Sometimes, it was so bizarre. Everything we tried was just going against us. I've never experienced that in a side. All not 11, all 15 guys in the same mindset. I've never seen that happen. So it was quite bizarre. Maybe it was to teach me that you need to balance things out and take a backward step in how much you can do on the field, in how much intensity you can play with. Maybe choose your phases, and as I keep getting older, I think those things need to be a learning as well, because you don't want to burn out too quickly as well. So yeah, those were the biggest learnings for me. I was pretty fortunate that I got to experience that kind of a time, and it teaches you a lot as a captain. It teaches you a lot composure wise, and you take away a lot from failures, and that's something that I've always cherished.
Last one, from the outside, this Indo-Pakistan game is always looked upon as a mother of all battles. Inevitably, there's always something that goes around diplomatically on the border across. Do the players keep that tension away when you take the field, or how do you approach it? How's the team approaching it right now?
And see, with all due respect, I mean, whatever else is going on, around an issue, you can't even think of, as a cricketer, you can't even think of your partner at the non-striker's end when you're facing a ball. So forget thinking about things that are not in any way in your control. For us as cricketers, it's about playing the game that we love. That feeling never changes. Yes, India-Pakistan game is always exciting game for all the fans watching, and people in general. The atmosphere in the stadium is different. It's different from any other game. But for us as cricketers, as I mentioned, and you can ask anyone from either of the teams, that it's just a game of cricket. The hype created around it is not in our control. We prepare the same way for every game. The atmosphere around the ground is different, yes, but in our heads, nothing really changes.